Just as I suspected, I stood there, was Corbin Fane wearing the most handsome smile I had ever seen. "Oh my gosh, are you who I think you are?" I managed to gasp, not surprised that I could barely speak. Yes, I am," he replied, smiling in kindness and looking as if he was trying not to laugh at how silly I know I looked at that moment. "Do you mind if I cut in?" He suddenly leaned over and asked, "I am so thirsty and I need to return to the stage in less than 10 minutes. Before I had the opportunity to think, I heard fans beginning to scream and point in our direction. "It's Corbin, Corbin friend," they began, looking of amazement in our faces as well. Corbin just grinned, walked up to the now scattered counter, handed the teller his money, and began walking away, all the while still smiling and saying, "Hi, everyone, and excuse my interruption. This will only take a minute, and thank you so much." Just before he walked through the door marked backstage, he turned around, waved, and looked right into my eyes. "I always notice my most loyal fans. You and your friends scream louder than anyone else. I hope you are really enjoying the show." So notice that it got into the problem. She's shocked. She's trying to get her money out of her pocket and pay for her food. Everything's going well. And then all of a sudden, it's the highest point of the story. She sees Corbin Frame standing in front of her. That's the climax. That's the highest point of the story. So you start off with the setting. You introduce the characters. You figure out what's going on. You start rising to the rising action. You describe what's going on. Try to be descriptive and elaborative. You get to the highest point. "Oh my gosh, she made Corbin Frame. Oh my gosh." Talk about your feelings and your emotions, what's going on. And then slowly the story starts slowing down. You start trying to solve the problem. My chin almost grinned to the ground, almost causing drool to pull out of my mouth. Before I could reply, I'm sorry, we just passed that. So they went back. It just ends up, they went, and you have this copy in front of you. They went back to sit at their seats and the concert ended. So the 5 characteristics you're going to include in the narrative are going to be the setting. Start off slowly on that mountain. The characters, introduce the setting and the characters, start rising slowly into the problem of the story, the highest point of the story, and you're going to start being descriptive and elaborative, describe what's going on, what sights do you see, what sounds do you hear, what's going on around you, and then the highest point, get into the problem and the action events to try to solve the problem. They meet Corbin Frame. "Oh my God, what's going on?" Describe our feelings, our emotions, and then slowly start having the problem resolution, which is the following action, the problem resolution, and how the problem was solved. So you have those 5 story map elements: setting, character, introducing the problem, which is the rising action, the climax, which is the highest point of the story, trying to get into the most exciting part of the story, and slowly the following action, solving the problem. So now your teacher's going to talk to you a little bit about how she can model how you can do that on your own based on the 7 steps I give you in the worksheets that talk to you about how you can write your own story just like that. But I do want to tell you that if you do it this way, just being really descriptive and elaborative about how you describe what's going on, you don't look around you. You know, what sights do you see? Close your eyes in the picture if you're right there at something like that, a concert or a beautiful park or a beautiful scene. What sights do you see? Do you see grass? Do you see the sun shining brightly in the sky? Do you see the trees, how tall they look? What sound? Do you hear birds chirping in the background? Describe, very, very, very clearly what's going on, and then use that format: setting, characters, get into your rising action, highest point of the story, the problem, and then the problem beginning to get solved, and then slowly solving the problem, going back down. And that's how most narrative stories are written. And if you write a story like that, you're going to do a great job. Hope you enjoyed that story.